Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. Making love to a beautiful young woman in the Philippines is not a crime. There's actually some benefits to it. Let's talk about that today. Whenever you talk about sex in the Philippines in the same sentence, it's controversial. And then you add on top of that, you got these content police on YouTube and these other platforms, that make grown people afraid to talk about something that is as natural as breathing. But I'm not afraid to talk about it because you can do it in a respectful manner. And when it comes to men ages 50 plus, making love to beautiful young women is very beneficial. And I put a link from WebMD. It's a very important link, guys. Go and read this stuff. I'll be up all night sometimes just reading, trying to share information with my viewers and subscribers. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I'm living proof of what they're talking about in this article and the benefits that come from, consensual sex between grown adults. I don't care if the woman's 18 and above. If she's consensual and she's a woman, there's no crime being committed, ladies and gentlemen. So all you dick police out there and dick watchers, man, y'all need to get a life. But according to this article, and this is proof, I'm living proof of all this stuff. According to this article, you're gonna have a healthier heart. And maybe that comes from the fact that sex on a regular basis, they're talking about 2 times a week or more, something like that. It lowers your anxiety and your depression. It's also like exercise for your heart, equivalent to a brisk walk. They say that, a good sexual encounter burns about 5 calories a minute. Something like digging in the garden, no pun intended, or walking down steps. And over the long term, that really helps to build up your oxygen and everything like that. So yeah, one of the benefits is greater heart health, because the study also shows that when you don't have sex 1 time a month or less, you're more often going to suffer from heart disease. So this is a very, very good thing for us as we get older, especially that exercise part, because it gives you a reason to exercise. People say, I can't exercise. Well, smash your lady. That's exercising. And I'm not trying to be, nasty or anything. Remember, if you talk about sex in the Philippines in the same sense, people get upset. These are hypocrites. These content police who are always on our backs. They're doing the same damn thing. These self-righteous hypocrites. They're doing the same thing. Okay? They're putting the attention on us and taking it off themselves. But that's one benefit. Another benefit is it promotes a healthier prostate. And just talking about the prostate gets men on edge. A lot of us die from prostate cancer. A lot of us suffer from prostate cancer, and once you have that prostate removed, you're just never the same as a man. But you're 50% less likely to have prostate problems when you have sex on a regular basis. They're talking about, ejaculating 21 times per month. Okay, that's not really a whole lot. Okay, that's less than 1 time a day. But we just want to talk about the benefits of making love over here, because everybody doesn't come over here to get their scuba diving license, okay, or to climb Mount Alpo, or go to Boracay, or one of those other beautiful world wonders that awaits you over here in the Philippines. Some of us come over here for companionship and love making. And it's not a crime. no matter what anybody tells you. You know, having sex is as natural as breathing. That's all I'm saying. You know, nobody else is gonna talk about it on YouTube in this genre. They'll, talk about it in like some hushed tones or something. There's nothing to be ashamed about. Making love to beautiful young women over here is not a crime, guys. It's actually going to benefit you. You know, it's the cringe factor. I get it. A lot of us are grandfathers, or we're old enough to be grandfathers, and just the thought of your grandfather, getting it on with some beautiful, attractive young woman, it's cringy to some people, but not to me, because I stay in good shape. But it lowers your blood pressure. These are things that affect us as men as we get older. It really does help with your anxiety, your depression, the things that, well, I don't want to say your stress. That's what really causes our blood pressure to rise, as we get older. We're worrying all the time. It takes your mind off of the things that are bothering you, the aches and pains. Oh, you didn't pay the bill last week. Well, when you're in bed and it's good, you're not even going to remember all that stuff just for that period of time. So it's going to help with that. It's actually a lot of benefits. I want you to read this article, please, because it's going to help you, because there's nothing wrong with it. I guess, sex is something that we should do but not talk about it. That's bull. Okay? Because we're grown adults and it's okay to talk about things like this. But what else did they say? Well, we already talked about the exercise. We already talked about the prostate, the health, the blood pressure. It helps with your memory. Okay, people who are having sex twice a week or more, it improves their memory. They don't know why, but it does. Okay, in this article, it says you won't lose your keys as much. Or, in my case, the remote. Oftentimes when I tell people how good I have it over here, they don't believe me. It's literally unbelievable. They'll say something like, oh, you're bragging. Oh, I don't believe it. But it's true. If it wasn't, then why are so many men selling everything and moving over here, never to go back home? They never go back home. Or you never hear from them again. Because it's all true. And that's why a lot more men are coming over here, not to take advantage of anybody. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about between two consensual adults. And if a woman's 18 over here, she's an adult. Okay, we're not taking advantage of anybody. There's no victims over here, remember. Don't let these content creators and these dick watchers get you nervous. Okay, nothing that you're doing is a crime. Okay? But let's have these discussions from time to time. Because it's healthy. It's good for your mental health, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, it's going to cut down on all that stress and depression. People are depressed, man. They're anxious when you're not getting any. Okay? Let's just be honest about it. My life has changed completely, and a good sex life is part of that. It's not the whole thing, but it's part of that. Remember when I talk about the fountain of youth over here? It's real. The 24 hours of sunshine. The beautiful young woman. Don't discount the influence that a woman has on your life. And a good sex life is part of that. You're going to tweak your diet. You're going to be more physically active. All that equates to a younger mindset and body. If that's what you want, if you want to just come over here and lay down and die, then you can do that too. The guy that I was talking about the other day that died on his wedding night, people said, yeah, he died a happy man. Well, if he would have, the problem is he probably wasn't having sex enough over there. Then he comes over here. It's like going from one extreme to the next. You got to be careful. Talk to your doctor. Okay, see if your heart is healthy enough to have sex. Okay? Well, thank y'all so much for stopping by. This article has 11 benefits. And then, and it's the flip side of that is if you're not having sex, it's the opposite of that. Okay? Because believe it or not, man, when you have sex, it strengthens your immune system. I mean, it's a great article, and it's only like a 3-minute read. We got to start reading. You got to practice this muscle too. This is your biggest sex organ, guys. It's not that. Okay? When people always talk about, oh, you're thinking with your small head. Now, this activates that. But yeah, they got something in there called IgA. I can't pronounce it. But it's produced when you have sex. Okay? It strengthens your immune system. That's why I haven't been sick over here. The only time I get sick, and I've been over here on and off for 15 years, almost 6 years in a row. Sometimes I'll touch the wrong doorknob or something. I get like some cold-like symptoms for 3 or 4 days. Okay? But the last thing I want to say before I get off here is use it or lose it. The more we use this thing, the longer we'll be able to use it. If you don't use it, guess what? When it comes time to perform, you're not going to be able to, guys. There's benefits to making love to beautiful young women over here. I named them. Go read the article. I'm living proof of it. I mean, and when you have sex, man, it lasts not just when you release and have the orgasm. They say up to 2 days later, man. This is beautiful. I mean, information. I'm happy today for reading it. Okay? So if you're in America, it's getting late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. Let me stop right here and say thank you to everybody who came to the meet and greet. We had a great time. It's funny, man. Those guys in there dancing and everything. It was hilarious. And then we had a young lady. She really could sing. As a matter of fact, she was on one of the talent shows here in the Philippines, national. I'm going to try to get her and her acoustic partner to do a concert for my viewers and subscribers. My special gift to y'all, because she's really, when you sing Whitney Houston, you better be good. Please help somebody before you get in the bed tonight. It's very important. My brother's in the hospital now, 64 years old. They say exhaustion, It seems like I'm healthier over here in the Philippines than they are over there in the first world. But, I hope everything works out for him. He just needs some rest, man. Hell, he won't take off. He's been at his job for, 36 years. He's never missed a day. If you're in the Philippines, it's early. It's not even 7 o'clock, I guess, on a beautiful Saturday morning. Not a day goes by, we don't help somebody. We did the spin wheel last night. That we usually do on Friday. Sometimes I forget. Just to help people, man, If you haven't already, go back and watch that documentary. Because a lot of people forget the struggle that goes on over here. It's called The Most Dangerous Ways to School. That's the name of it. And this is the Philippine version. See, because people say, 100,000 pesos is nothing. It's a lot, guys. Okay, and that's why I do it. I don't have to prove it to anybody. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid like be afraid to come over here and get it on with a consenting adult. It's going to help you, man. Look at that. I'm 60 years old. I'll be 61 this month. I'm living proof. Stuff is real. That's my woman in that.